Hey everybody, it's Tom Hughesby here. I'm starting this just a couple minutes early, so we'll get the broadcast actually going here in about 3 minutes. Okay, so just hang tight. I want to show you some things that I use to, to bring in about 30 people into a business I've worked before, and then 20 into another one. So in a pretty short period of time. So you want to be able to use these on Facebook to really help you expand your business. All right. So if you still got a couple minutes, if you want to invite some other friends in your team to this training, we'll see you in just a second. Okay. Cool, everybody. I wasn't sure if you could see the screen just a hair early here. It was before 9, so that's awesome. It looks like you guys can see the screen okay and you can hear me okay. So just to be sure, if you can see the screen and hear me all right, go ahead and type in number 7. Hope to bring you a lot of value tonight. You won't really need to take notes because what I have here is that Google Doc. Once we're done with this, I will download it into a doc that, see, this one's got my information on it, but I want to make it clean because it's a safe training, right? So I'll make it into like a Word doc or something, or another copy without my information on it, and then and I can send it to you. Okay. So you won't need to take any notes. Just pay attention. Hey Heather. Can see the screen okay? Cool. Heather, can you mute your line, please? I'm getting some feedback. Cool. Thank you very much. About 30 seconds, we'll get started here, guys. Adjust the screen just a little bit. Okay, okay. Can everybody still hear me okay? I'm seeing a lot of 7s pop up there. Yeah, we should be good to go. All right, let's get rolling. So we're going to talk about just after you burn through your warm market, right? And you're basically running out of people to talk to. This is another way to do it. Obviously, Facebook. I built a large organization in a couple different companies using 100% Facebook because I don't really go after friends and family anymore. I gave that up years ago and focus on other ways of attracting new business partners to earn an income in network marketing, right? So I want to show you how to do that and how you can apply it to your Ingresso Cybernetico business and just really bring in a whole bunch of leads. All right, so let's get going here. Now I got a couple quick pointers for you, right? You guys, if you want to ask a question, you can do that in chat. You have the ability to change it from public where everyone can see it, or if you want to just ask admin here a question, myself a question, you can do it in private as well. If you want everyone else to see the question, then obviously if you send it to me in private, I won't mention a name. I may still read the question out loud, but no one has to know it's coming from you. So it's totally cool if you want to do it that way. But I got a couple quick pointers for you to help you chat your way to a nice payday with some Facebook chat scripts and things like that, and just some ways of doing business. So you all know there's tons of different Facebook groups out there for marketing and they're basically just spam groups, right? I mean, the whole deal behind that is the owners of those groups, they make them so they can scrape your UIDs and do ads and market to you, right? So that's really the only purpose of them. But a lot of people get in there and they're posting stuff, and I mean, I'll do it myself sometimes too. But when you're just posting pitch, 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 here's my MLM, that doesn't do anything at all. So there's another way of doing it. I'll show you here in a little bit. So you want to stay tuned all the way through to the end. And we'll just dive right in here. So I want you to have a clear intention, okay? When you're going to go ahead and get on Facebook and do it for business, just surfing around and kind of dinking around isn't going to do you anything. So you want to have a clear intention. If that's find 5 new friends that you can market to, and just so you know, you're looking for quality people that you would want to work with, right? That maybe you get along with, and you're looking for leaders, right? Not necessarily just a race to 5,000 friends. Does that make sense? Because if you just have 5,000 friends, you're not engaging with any of them, you don't have anything in common with any of them, it's not going to do you any good. You want to develop an actual relationship, and you can use Facebook to do that. So the days of just spamming stuff out there and you getting a million signups probably isn't going to happen. Maybe until you get to the point where your name is really, really well known and everyone's following you because you're the person that's been up there on the stage getting those big fat checks, and they really pay attention to you. So, but up until that point, you need to develop relationships, and that's what Facebook was kind of set up for in the beginning, anyways, right? So have a clear intention. Now, if your intention, it could look something like this, like I'm going to find 5 new friends, I'm going to help serve yesterday's new friends with an invitation to my team's new training tonight, stuff like that. So, and let me pause for just a second. Who was on Dwayne's webinar earlier today and saw what's coming out with Cybernetical Live? Let me know if that was you. Type in a number 1, okay? If you saw the hangout earlier today that Dwayne Jr., Dwayne Sr. did, and a couple of us jumped on there at the end, right? If you saw that webinar and got an idea of what's coming up with Cybernetical Live, I think it's going live tomorrow. Let me know if you saw that, because if not, I'll explain it to you real quick, and it'll make more sense to you. You say, yes, I saw it, or type in number 1. Doesn't matter. And I know there's a little bit of a delay here, so I'll move on and come back when I see your response to start popping up in the chat. But have a clear intention, right? So what you want to do is basically decide how much time you're going to put into it. If it's 30, 60, or 90 minutes, and then just that's it. Like set a timer, set the stopwatch on your smartphone sitting right there next to you, and don't go in there and wing it and waste time. If you got a whiteboard in front of you, something like that, make an intention of what you're going to do, and then stick to it. Okay. All right, so a lot of you saw that, so you know what's coming, and the things that you can do. You're going to be able to invite people to a training, and you can set it up on your own Cybernetical Live, right? And don't worry, Kevin, it was recorded. You'll be able to see it. I think they're actually going to do it again tonight at 10 o'clock, so you want to watch for that. They might be emailing it out to you here pretty soon. So just keep an eye on your email inbox, and if they're going to do it again at 10, they'll get sent out to you. Anyways, you're going to be able to set up automatic webinars. Yeah, Frankie G, perpetual professional promotion. That's awesome. That's actually a good way of describing it, because you're going to be able to you can take a training, even if you're not a presenter, you're not comfortable being on here like I am and talking to people, right? Or you're not really good on the phone yet. That's fine. Invite them to the training, and they can see the value. Invite them to a presentation, they can see the value. Whichever direction you want to go first, right? But you're going to be able to download that presentation, put it in download it as an FLV file, upload it into your Cybernetical Live, set up an automated webinar that'll run 3, 4, 5 times a day. You get to pick that out, right? And you're going to be able to collect the leads in there and be able to see who's watching your webinar and follow up with them. You can do it manually if you want to, right? Carolyn just put the YouTube link up for you guys. It should be over there on the Cybernetical Live YouTube channel, so you can go check that out if you want, or just bookmark it so you can pay attention to this and check it out later. This right here will be on the Cybernetical Live channel too when it's done, so you can click through YouTube and search the channel under videos, and I suggest that you subscribe to that Ingresso Cybernetical channel, okay? But that's going to be phenomenal, and I really think that every marketer on the planet would want to join Ingresso, whether they promote it as their primary business or not. Maybe they want to just join it for the tools. But you're going to have, there's so much value. We were talking about it on that training, right? We're going to be even better than evergreen webinars, all right? Because evergreen webinars, they're automated and they do so much, but you can actually program the chat in how it works when you're using it with Cybernetical Live coming up. So It's just, wow, it just blows me away. I can't wait till tomorrow, right? I don't think I'll be able to sleep tonight. But anyways, check this out. You want to offer value to people, right? You don't want to be the person that's out there just, here's my MLM link, here's my MLM link, here's my MLM link. That's not very attractive to people. They're already in the industry. I'm already in it. You're already in it. The people in those groups, they're already in it. They already have a business, right? So they don't know if they're looking for another business yet. But what they might be all alone. They might not have a mentor, right? They might not have some training. They might not have the value that Ingresso Cybernetico or you can offer as a team leader. But they're not going to be open to just getting slammed with your offer. So I have an idea, and I'll show you, and it works. I got about 40 people inbox me just the other day when I was testing out my little theory. I knew it was going to work because I've done it before, but I wanted to test that again to see if it's still valid, and it worked, and I'm going to share that with you guys tonight, right? So you want to have relevant value to offer. Does that make sense? Relevant. You want to offer value to people. And the only way to really get them to look at your value anymore is maybe let them, a lot of times you're going to have to let them pitch you first. Just let them tell you about stuff. Maybe you're doing some research on a blog and you want to know information about XYZ company. Or maybe you got one income stream up and running and say you're looking for a second one. That's kind of what I did. And I got 40 inboxes the other day from one post, and I'll show you that here in a minute. But you want to arm yourself with generic solutions to somebody's problem. And what do we have with Ingresso Cybernetico? All kinds of solutions to problems. We have ways that'll help them to, all kinds of training. We have all kinds of tools and products and services that'll help somebody run a business on the internet, all right? An MLM business is a prime example of that. You could take a nugget from each one of the trainings that we're going to do, especially from the new series that Dwayne's got coming out. I can't wait for that starting next Tuesday night, where he's interviewing top income earners from all over the profession, right? So take one little nugget. Don't give away everything. You want them to join your business, but one little nugget from each one of them. Make up yourself an internet marketing tips coaching list or something like that. Something that you can invite them to get on your list for to get those free tips. And use Cybernetico Live because that's going to be really powerful for you as well. But you could also make like a nice PDF and get a cover made up and take some of those nuggets right there, and it's just link bait to get somebody to join your list, right? So that's one way of doing it. I'm going to get back to the more of the Facebook thing here in just a second, but the more relevant solutions you have available, the more you can become a friend of the industry and market and network and make money, all right? Let me scroll down here just a little bit. You want to be consistent. So let your time and experience refine your skill. So that's kind of what I was saying before. Set a time, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, because I can attest to you, and I've been guilty of this in the past, if I don't set a time and an intention when I jump on Facebook, it sucks me in like a black hole, right? And I don't get out. And I look up, and 3 hours have gone by, and I've probably done 10 minutes worth of actual work, and the rest of it is surfing, clicking on somebody's cat video or something. You know what I'm saying? If that's ever happened to you, like if you got on Facebook with the intention of marketing and you wasted 2 or 3 hours, type in a number 8 because I want to see if you do the same things that I do, unless you set up that time right there. So you want to set it up, do it on purpose, market on purpose. Don't multitask when you're doing this. Focus 100% on networking with people, and you want to build some relationships, right? Keep going until you hit your goal, right? Focus on building your foundation. Your product is people and relationships happen when you add value, all right, and trust and connect with people. It'd be a good thing if you can connect with them, bring them off of Facebook and connect with them on Google Plus too, because there's a little secret over there. You can actually add them into a list, and if it's not too big, whenever you post something, you can email it to them. So it's almost like building an email list over on Google Plus. A whole lot more powerful than Facebook in that aspect, but Facebook's more powerful in other ways, right? So there's a book I want you guys to get and read if you haven't yet, because it's just how to be a good friend. It's how to win friends and influence people. It's by Dale Carnegie. It's a great book. I've read it years ago. I've read it several times. I suggest you do the same, because we're going to get into some stuff right here, some magically hypnotic principles that you can use to get people to like you. They got to start to like you a little bit first, or they're not going to want to pay attention to anything you have to say. So I hope that makes sense. Let me catch up on some of these chats here. It says I missed the webinar earlier. Yeah, the link is actually in these chats. Just click through to this later on and go over to the Ingresso Cybernetico YouTube channel, and you'll find that over there. And they may be emailing it out, because I think they're going to have that webinar again later tonight, and you can check it out too. Rumor had it was going to be about 10 o'clock tonight Eastern, okay? Anyway, so basically my whole foundation, when I built that team and just really rocked out in a short period of time of about 30 personals. It was using the principles basically that come from that book. I wasn't even thinking about it. It was subconscious because I read it several times, but that's what I was using. Human relationships and principles taught by Dale Carnegie. I'm going to kind of go over them a little bit right here so you get an idea, right? But principle number one is don't criticize, condemn, or complain ever. I mean, if you're a marketer, you should already know this. People are watching you. They may not see every single post you do, but if you're on there griping about your significant other or talking about, excuse my French, how crappy of a day you had, people aren't going to be attracted to that. You got to use attraction marketing. I mean, that's what you want to do, right? You want to be able to attract people. Maybe they're not going to join you right away, but you want them to know, like, and trust you. So when they're ready, you can provide a solution to whatever problem they're having, whether it's making money, or maybe it's they want to make some professional marketing pages, like capture pages and things, and they don't know how to do it. And you can share with them the solution of IC lead pages, right? And show them how simple that is to use and build their own pages. So why would you want to go out there and learn HTML when you can just get that set up and running? That you want to be a solution to people's problems. So just never criticize, condemn, or complain, because if you do, really, it's just like shooting your business in the face. You agree? Agree or disagree? Type it in the chat box for me so I know you're awake out there. We got a big audience tonight too. I appreciate y'all coming out. All right, principle number 2. This is very powerful, right? Give honest and sincere appreciation. Recognition is hypnotic. And the saying goes, babies cry for it and grown adults die for it. Everyone wants to feel important. So recognition could be somebody's, we go back to those spam groups, right? And you're in there, and if you're one of the guys just spamming it, you're probably not going to get anything out of it. But the people that are spamming it, maybe somebody used a really cool picture, or you liked their page, right? You don't have to like their post because all your friends see that you like it. But what you could do, all right, is in the comments underneath their post is basically say, hey, that's a great picture. That'll definitely get somebody's attention. And if you can hyperlink to them, like almost tag them in the comments, right? Sometimes it'll let you, sometimes it won't. Sometimes you got to be a friend of them to be able to do that, right? But that will get their attention, and it doesn't necessarily alert all your friends that you like somebody else's post. I hope that makes sense to you. And just type in something that you can actually give them a sincere compliment, right? So that means you got to look at some of their stuff. But remember, you're not wasting time all day. You've set a time limit. 30, 60, 90 minutes should be max, right, that you're going to be doing this because you want to develop a relationship, right? So don't criticize, condemn, or complain, and then give honest and sincere appreciation. So maybe you like the picture that they used. Maybe you like the post, anything like that, right? I'm going to pause for just a second and back up. Before I go on to principle number 3, here's what I think you should do too. When you're going to go out Facebook prospecting, right? You're basically, a lot of times you're looking to hook up with people that you're not friends with yet. You're expanding your influence on Facebook. You don't necessarily need them to say that you posted BizOp stuff all up and down your page right off the bat. Even if you're in the business, that might be kind of a turnoff. So set your settings on Facebook. So have your profile picture and your timeline picture set to public, all right? But then I would wipe the whole profile, make it all friends only, and then maybe the last 2 posts you do 2 fresh ones. It's just something positive or something regular, and make that public, and then go out and do your prospecting. So if they go to your profile and check you out, which they will, because people do this to me all the time, it's the first thing I do is go check out that profile, because there's a lot of fake profiles on Facebook too. I want to know if it's a real person. If there's anything on their profile that I would see that I would relate to, if I'd want to be friends with them, because if there's no reason to be friends with them whatsoever, I'm probably not going to accept a friend request, and I got about 160 pending right now. So here's the deal. You want to go ahead and set that up so you don't look all spammy when they go to your profile. You probably shouldn't be putting spam and stuff all over your profile anyways, but all of us get excited when we see something that we're really passionate about, because that's important. You got to be passionate about your business. You can't just post stuff that you're lukewarm about, because people will sense that. Anyways, let's go back on to principle number 3. I know I bounce all around sometimes when I get excited here and talking to y'all, but principle number 3, arouse in the other person an eager want. All right, Dwayne touched base on this and he probably explained it better than I'm about to in the other webinar. So make sure you get over there to the YouTube channel and grab it or catch the replay tonight. But You want to arouse in the person an eager want. So you want to use curiosity. So observe their Facebook profile and their content they post and ask questions about that. When you're asking questions, you're in charge. Okay, you kind of want to be the alpha, but not so much that you turn somebody off. You know what I'm saying? So maybe like a high B personality, low A type thing. So that's what your goal would be. So focus the questions on a lead to an eager want of your prospect, not manipulative questions that lead to your ego or your pitch. Be sincere. And when you're the person who is asking the questions, you're the influence source. So I hope that makes sense to you. But so if you're on their page, and like I'm just going to use me for an example, all right? So I don't go out there and single anybody out. If you're on my page, you're going to see I'm a Jeep nut. So obviously, if somebody was trying to recruit me into something, and they want to be my friend first, so I'd at least listen to them, they're probably going to say something about Jeeps positive, like, hey, that's a cool Jeep. What year is it? Something like that. You use that for an example. Or if I'm posting pictures of the beach all the time, like I used to live out there in South Carolina, okay? So say they're seeing pictures of Hunting Island, and they've been there before, they would strike up a conversation about that, something that I liked because I liked going out to the beach all the time, right? So those type of things, you're going to find a common ground, and you're going to do that by actually taking just a little bit of time to learn about the person, ask them questions about what they like, all right? Because that's the whole goal, is to develop a relationship, and then when they present a problem, you're going to solve it with what you have to offer, okay? So it's okay to go back and forth with questions, things like that. You don't want to bully them in the conversation, but ask better questions based on them, not you. And you're eventually going to plant the seed of influence deep inside your prospect's brain every time, and you're not going to seem pushy. That's the magic of the connection right there. Okay, so here's a couple ideas, guys. And what I'll do is I'll have to make this in another document. But if you want, you can send me an email, and I'll email this to you. Okay, so you can have this training as well. But I want to clean my information off it first before I send it to you, because this is a safe training. Okay. That's right, Kevin. It's topless Jeep. I'm always posting about going topless, and I'm talking about my Jeep, not my shirt. So exactly. So here's the deal, right? There's a bunch of different scripts I got in here. I'll read a couple to you. I'm not going to read them all because I can send this to you guys, okay? It says, hi, XYZ. That'd be their name, right? How are you? I just noticed that you're on Facebook and really like what you wrote on, and then you could say the profile, post, comment, da-da-da. Sounds like we might be like-minded. Would love to connect and network with you more in the future. This was made last year, so it's just 2013. So you would take this type of stuff and update it and use things like that so it's not so canned, and you want to make it your own and own it, right? Anyways, you want to look through their profile. It says sailfish, picture, comment, car, travel, freedom, kids, life, things like that, right? Notice something on their profile and connect with them on that point. That's kind of what I messaged. That's what I need. I'll give you my email at the end, and you can just send me an email, and I'll just reply with it. So, because I'm not going to have access to this chat after this is over. Okay. So I'll just give you mine, and you can send me an email, and I'll send it out. Just don't spam me now. Anyways, so here's another example for you guys. It says, hey there, Joe. I just saw the comment you made in the post about XYZ, and just want to send you a quick shout out. You nailed it. We should connect sometime. Love networking with like-minded people. Are you still in? And then list their home state. Now I've got some messages from people after I did my little test before I did this training the other day, and it was kind of creepy. Don't tell them that you. This one's fine. Are you still in their home state, if their home state is listed on their profile, right? But somebody went through and did a whole cycle analysis. I suggest that you're this kind of person and blah, 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 based on your profile and blah, 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 blah. I'm just like, okay, that's creepy. I don't want to talk to you, right? So it's a little bit too much. So don't be over the top, right? Just kind of be real. I mean, imagine you're talking to them in person instead of just a lot of people. I think when they're on Facebook, we're so used to being on Facebook here, right? That you don't realize that it's real people and having real relationships, not only in your country, but all over the world, right? So have that in mind when you're out there prospecting. Not only do you want to find somebody that you might want to work with at some point, maybe they don't want to switch into your business, but you can offer them, maybe you're an affiliate with Ingresso and they want to buy the package deal that's going on with Cybernetical Live or something, or if you're seeing this as a recording and that's over, but whatever, maybe they want to get some of the tools that you're using and you have an affiliate link for it. So maybe they don't join your business right away, but the whole thing's about establishing a relationship and being real and not being creepy, okay? So here's another example. I'll read you a couple more and we'll scroll down to some more nuggets down here. And if you guys got questions, go ahead and fire away too. Says, hi Joe, listen, just want to give you a quick FYI. I'm a net I'm a network marketer too, and going through your profile, I noticed a problem. You might already know about it, but if not, you can fix it and get better results with this solution. So here's another takeoff on that. Sometimes I'll see something that's interesting. I'll click on it. I'll go through somebody's sales funnel to check it out. Even if I don't want to buy the stuff, if the sales funnel looked good enough that I wanted to click on it, I'll opt in and check the whole thing out because I'll get ideas and see how to duplicate it myself. So sometimes you'll go through and somebody will have a link on their profile, and when you're trying to learn about them, you click on it and check it out, right? Well, if their link is broken, you could be a friend of them and say, hey, I was just checking your profile, I clicked on your link, and it goes to an error 404 page. Just wanted to let you know so you can fix that. I hope you have a great day. And just start a conversation with them like that, because there's honestly, guys, as internet marketers, there's a lot of people that jump ship to jump ship to jump ship, and there's a lot of broken links out there. So they don't have a sales funnel set up anymore. You could be their friend and let them know that, and they're gonna be like, they'd almost want to give you a hug if you were in person. They love you for it because they're like, oh no, I'm wasting that link right there. If people click on it, I'm not going to earn any money. So that's another good way. I see that a lot when I'm out doing my Facebook prospecting and things, okay? So here's another one. It says, hey there, Joe, notice your promo post about XYZ company. How you doing over there? I've seen other people posting about it too. Just curious how long you've been in it. You know, something like that works pretty well. I want to scroll down here and find the other one. We've been on here about 23 minutes. I want to keep this one down about 30, 40 minutes tonight. Make sure you guys get free to hop on the replay if he does, in fact, have it at 10, okay? Basically, you want to keep the conversation going by asking them questions. And the second they start asking you questions, like what do you do, and other questions like that, you say something like, well, I got to run, but if you'd like, I can share with you the system we're using to build XYZ custom. So some of this stuff that I have in here, Carolyn says she actually did that. Very cool. Yeah, so you can tell them you got to run, but if you'd like to see the system that I use for marketing my business on the internet, right? And then share with them, because whether you're building Ingresso or not, it's still an awesome system. See? And really, you could offer it to anybody out there in internet land, depending on how you approach them with it. So you could share with them Ingresso that way. And then you can, however you want to word it to cater this to Ingresso, because this is kind of a generic training here, right? So you could switch that paragraph up just a little bit and use it for that. And you already see over here in the comments that people are saying that they've done that and it works. So, or you could say heading into a call in a bit, but if you want, I can send you some info and some tips. You can check out, generate more leads, and get your messages from more people. How do you want me to send that to you, or do you want me to send that to you? Something like that, So definitely, you're getting their permission. It's permission-based marketing, At that point, you're not spamming them, because if there's a stranger out there that just starts spamming you their link in their inbox, do you like that? Does that make you want to click on it and check it out? You don't know them; they're just spamming you a link, right? No, probably not going to like that at all, right? So, let's scroll down here, see, just kind of cover the highlights, because I'm going to give you guys access to this after I clean my information out of it, okay? Here's another one. They're in another company. You could modify this for Ingresso, right? But I actually work with a system that can help you build whatever their company is, with some pretty cool Facebook copy and paste marketing, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so you could share with them this training almost and use it that way, right? I would probably keep it to yourself, but I'm giving it to you guys because I'm here training you for Ingresso, right? But maybe you just showed them the system. So I actually work with a system that can help you build XYZ company. We've got some pretty cool tools, and just modify that, pretty cool tools, and a complete webinar system that people are using to really explode their income on the internet, something like that, okay? And then you send it to them, and they're like, really? Tell me more. Here's another thing. We got huge value in Cybernetical Live. Heck, we're using it right now doing this presentation, right? So at some point say, hey, what do you guys use for doing your webinars, for your company webinars, your trainings, or your presentations? What are you guys using for that? And then just wait and see how they answer. And when you have the ability to work in the way we have it with Ingresso Cybernetico, and especially after tomorrow, which if you're listening to the recording on this, it's already going to be live in your back office where you can do the automated webinars, right? So you can explain to them how that works. Say, hey, that's just one of the things we have to offer. If you're an affiliate and you want to sell just that, obviously you can send them your affiliate link. But if you're an Ingresso Cybernetico rep that's not an affiliate, or the affiliate program's closed when you're hearing this and you're doing this, right? Say, hey, that's just one of the cool aspects we have with Ingresso Cybernetico. Not trying to take you away from your business, but I think the tools and things that we offer in the trainings, I think would really help you explode any business on the internet. And then send it over to them. So. cool thing is to not you get to the point in the conversation where if you're not a good presenter, right, you want to be like, hey, I got to run, I got something else to do. You're slightly busy. You're not going to sit there all day long on one person, but you can get in front of that presentation. Maybe you have a webinar set up, an automated webinar already ready to go, right, that talks about Ingresso Cybernetics, which one of the business presentations. Maybe it's one that Dwayne did or I did or Dylan did. Doesn't matter. Maybe you've done your own, okay? You have that set up ready to go, and you just send them the registration link. So then you've captured their email, whether it goes where you have it set up to go into Magic Responder or not. You're still going to have their email in your Cybernetical Live system, so you can go back and just send them a manual message, because until you get into like 50, 100 people or something like that, if you're just doing 20, 30 at a time, you could send some emails out manually, and it wouldn't take too awful much time, and connect with them and just see what they liked about the webinar. All right, here's a couple other ones here. Now, some of these have been used before, and you want to modify them up so it's not just really generic for you guys, right? So, friend request. Obviously, on Facebook now, if you send too much or they mark that they don't know you, you're going to get shut down pretty quick. So I like to come up with tricky ways to have it be their idea to friend me, all right? And I always prefer a personal message when they do it, but a lot of times they don't. If they don't, I let it build up for a while. Like I said, I got like 166 or something sitting back there right now. I probably need to go through them here pretty soon and just message everybody. But and then you can accept them if you want, if you got something in common with them. But basically, I found you in XYZ group. I'm in there too. Looks like we might be like-minded. I really like the way you set up the profile. And then, like I said, tailor that sentence right there into something that you see that you actually do sincerely like, right? Or you think is cool. And maybe they had a really cool cover photo, right? The timeline, the one on, not the profile picture, but the other one, and you're like, hey, what software did you use to set that up? If it's really professionally made, or who made that for you, something like that. Oh, I made it myself. Oh, great, that's awesome. Yeah, you got talent. Whatever you can do to get them to know, like, and trust, and just break down that barrier to start having a conversation with them. That's definitely something you want to do, okay? Because you're not going to close them down instantly when they're a complete stranger, right? So there's a bunch of different examples like that in here, and I'm going to give this to you guys. I'm going to type my email in. I'm going to have you send it to my Apple email, okay? So I will check that tomorrow and start sending that to you guys, all right? It's tomhughesby@me.com, and then I'll clear off my information off the bottom of this and then send it out to you guys, okay? Oops. Get back over to the other screen there. All right. So a bunch of stuff right here. We've already hit 30 minutes. I'm going to skip through it a little bit. Here we go. Other network marketers, right? Obviously, that's a lot of people you're going to be coming into contact with. So are you still active in your company? Yes, no. Are you building a business or just using the products? These are all just some great questions that you can ask. Not necessarily going to go down, use them all in an order. It's just some ideas of what you can use to ask people just when you're striking up a conversation. So, are you doing this business full-time, part-time? How long have you been in it? Things like that. This is just something that you can study, because a lot of times you'll have stuff in your head. When you get down to it, if you're not really comfortable talking to people, even if you're just chatting, you'll get nervous and forget stuff. So you can have this open in another window off to the side. You can even print this little thing out right here. Oh, the title for the email? I don't know, guys. Just put Facebook training request or something like that. And like I said, as soon as I get this cleaned up, I'll start sending them out tomorrow to you guys, okay? Title, subject, same thing, man. Facebook training request, something like that. And then I'll send you the doc, okay? A bunch of other questions. How many other companies did you try? Are you building any other income streams? Things like that. Stuff that you just kind of keeps the ball rolling until you get to the point where you can find a problem that they have or a pain that they have and then solve it with Ingresso Cybernetica, right? Here's a good one to ask. You see how somebody's into it. It says, what's the conversion rate from leads to sales on your best offer? What are you using the back end of your funnel? Stuff like that. If they say that they're working their business part-time, a good question would be, what's your full-time job? And see if you have any, maybe you've done that job before, or you know somebody that does that, and just You're building rapport. I mean, these are questions to help you learn enough about them to build rapport, not necessarily to try and go for their jugular and sell them something right then, because rapport has to happen first. How long you been doing this? Things like that. What's that one say? What do you make when someone buys a system through you? I wouldn't ask that one right away. I'd get a little bit of rapport going, but that's definitely something you can ask after you've been chatting for a while. Maybe the second time you talk to them or something. So all kinds of stuff like that, right? Now this method, it's the stuff that we're talking about tonight. It's going to get people kind of hypnotically attracted to checking you out, so they're going to come to your wall. So you want your profile to be attractive too. It's another thing. So your profile picture needs to be of you, your face, not of a logo or something like that. So I hope you don't have a logo. I don't want to pick on you, but it really needs to be your face, right? And then making something that's halfway decent up there for your cover picture as well. You know, it doesn't have to be straight up my business banner. It doesn't have to read like a billboard. It can be personal, and you can still make a lot of money on Facebook. It doesn't have to be a billboard, right? You could use that space, but it definitely doesn't have to be a billboard, right? You don't really need to pitch them. They're going to come check you out, and they're going to be spying on you, right? Make sure you're posting your invites to the company overview. So we're going to be we do them here often, at least once a week. And you can do your own. You know, you got recorded ones. You can start setting up with the automated webinar system. You'll be able to invite them to things like that. Those are powerful because webinars really sell. And then ask them afterwards. Hey, did you enjoy that awesome training webinar or hangout? You know, post what you liked about it on yours if you just got off one. Like go watch Dwayne's again tonight. You know, or maybe if you really liked what I'm sharing here in this one, just say, hey, I just got off this awesome webinar. I really liked about it. Post what you liked about it, why you loved it. You know, people that are spying on you, they're going to see that and want to know more. It works all the time. If you type like Dwayne said this earlier today, guys, right? And it's so true because it was something I was going to bring up tonight anyways, was you don't you don't say every single thing in a post. There'd be no reason for them to contact you or click on your link. You've written a book in your post, right? You want to use curiosity to your advantage. So basically, this is the stuff I got to delete out of here because I don't want to have my junk in there, right? But all right, you guys deserve a lot of success, right? So I put some. Where is my example here? Here's what I did. So don't copy it exactly, but I put this in a group the other day, and this is where I got 40 responses. And hey, make sure when you're getting these responses too, don't reply right away. Okay? You don't want them to think you're sitting around. When done right, then don't copy this word for word. You want to make your own, right? But I put in there. So I have a nice income use up and running, like the ones talked about in the 4-hour work week, and now I have time for residual money. I like MLM. I usually bring 10 to 30 or so reps with me. What should I join and why? No links, just tell me in your own words, please. If I don't see anything I like, I'll just stay focused on what I have now. So be real. If you'd rather not answer in the comments, you can send me a PM, a personal message, right? So you can take that kind of format and use it in some groups. Don't put it in a bunch of groups at the same time. Wait a couple days and do one group, and then wait a couple days, put it in another one. Wait a couple days, put it in another one. As you start getting the messages coming in, right? Don't reply right away. And the first thing you want to do is like, hey, thanks for your PM. I'll be able to go. My inbox is getting slammed. I'll be able to go back through these here in the next couple of days. I'm finishing up a project, and I can really, look through all the offers that are being sent in to see if it's something I'm interested in. So just kind of, you can do something like that right up front, and that'll buy you a little more time to go through their profile and see who you want to talk to. Because some people message you that you're gonna look at their profile and be like, I don't even want to recruit this person. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, you want to recruit quality and somebody you can get along with and build a business with, because I look at this as a long-term relationship type thing as well. You're never going to be successful from hopping to one program to the next and just worrying about just one more sign up and nothing behind the deal. It needs to be a long-term thing. You need to really plan your business out that way. That is the bulk of it tonight, guys. I hope you got an idea. I do have a list of Facebook marketing groups too. If you want a copy of that, I can send that along. When I modify this, maybe I'll put it all into one doc for you and send it out. But if you guys got any more questions, comments, concerns, type them in the chat box over here. We'll go through a couple of those and then we'll end it for the day. Okay. All right, so go ahead and type your questions over there, public or private, doesn't matter. Type your questions in, please. I'll wait a little bit. I know sometimes there's about a full 45 seconds up to almost 2 minutes delay sometimes using these things. So I'm just going to check out your questions here, whatever you have, and we'll go from there. I think I got my email over there in the chat. It's tomhusby@me.com. You can send that to me. I'll go through these tomorrow and make this into a doc that does not have my personal information in it. So this is a safe training that I'll reply and send those out to you. So just send me an email. The title of the email could be like a Facebook training request or something like that, okay? Oh, you're welcome. No, the question here, good question, guys. I got a couple thank yous, so you're definitely welcome. Appreciate that. It makes me feel good when I do these trainings when I get a bunch of thank yous. So thanks a bunch for that. And someone said, do you use auto post? Okay, here's the deal. I've done some auto posting using different tools in the past. Make sure I'm unmuted. I am. Okay. So they're not very effective, guys. They're really not. And the thing is, you'll set a bunch of stuff up, and then you'll forget about it. If you're like me, you probably got a couple different Facebook pages, right? And it'll just pile up over there and not be the greatest. But what can be done is something like some of the example posts I used in there. If you wanted to program that in, don't do it in more than one group at a time. And maybe you want to do it in one group one day, and then 2 days later another group, 2 days later another group, 2 days later another group, and then that should feed your inbox a steady stream of people messaging you. Definitely something you could use it for that way. I'm starting to use the automation on that type of thing less and less and less because I just haven't seen it do very good, Certain things it could. If you're just slamming link out there on a brand new JV product launch or something like that, you want to be the first one to get your link out there, you could definitely, it ain't going to hurt you if you already have access to it. No sense in doing it on your own profile, though. Good question. Any more questions, go ahead and put them up in there. So I guess to answer your question, do I use auto post? Yeah, sometimes. It's just not very effective, though, to be honest with you. Not for stuff like this. Still got a bunch of viewers on, so I'll wait another 30 seconds or so, see if you guys got any questions. The cool thing about using Cybernetical Live to do this is you can watch people starting late are still starting. A lot of them will still start at the beginning, right? And the thing is that the viewers are still going up. 40 minutes into it now, the viewers are still going up. All right, I had a good question here. I'll read you the question. I'm not going to name a name because I sent it in private, but it says, what's the best way to present Ingresso? And then they said, mentioning through chat and request a call from them or sell them through chat. So you can do a lot through chat. I used to be a face-to-face salesperson selling big ticket items and stuff, right? So obviously on the internet, I'm not face-to-face, but what I love to do is get people on these video calls. I'm big on Google Plus. I like to do video calls with people. So you can do it on Skype. You can do it on Google Plus. It doesn't have to be an official Hangout. You can just do the Hangouts call. There's actually a plugin you can download for the Chrome browser and have it sitting right there. It makes it really quick and easy to get to, and you can do a call where you're looking at their face back and forth. Okay, if you don't want to do that, then yes, you can do chat. I think the best way to present Ingresso is using one of the presentations that's already available to you. Maybe you talk up one of the presenters, like maybe you talk how great Dwayne is, and then use a presentation that he's done, or one that Junior's done, or maybe Dylan or myself have done for you, or something like that. You can do your own if you want to, but you don't have to, because we do these all the time for you. And now that you can go download the video and create a automatic webinar, have them register for that and watch it, right? Hey, just so you know too, there's plugins that you can use in Firefox to download videos in the FLV file format and use that to upload over there. I think it's this video downloader. I'm not sure what it's called. I forget, but you'll see it when you go search the extensions for Firefox. But that'll help you start setting that up when that goes live tomorrow, guys. And we'll definitely do some more trainings on that. But good questions. All right, well let's wrap it up, and make sure you send me an email over there. That's tomhusby@me.com. If you want a copy of this document, once I get it changed up, I'll send them out, start sending them out tomorrow. Okay. So I hope you have a great night, and we'll see you on the next training. Make sure you watch for Dwayne's replay. I think it's going on at 10, but I could be wrong. It's about 15 minutes before 10 right now. So just check your inbox to see if he sent the registration link out for that, okay? And you have a great night.